Okay, you all. So hello, happy Sunday. I'm not sure if any of you all were able to hop on the planning Zoom that we have every Sunday, but I was able to hop on this morning. It was very helpful. Really gets you accountable. And I always like to preface this by saying, make sure you have your week planned out. You know when you wake up in the morning what you're going to share about in your business. I wanted to get some feedback from you guys on a topic in an area, something that you all may be struggling with, because we have so many trainings on stuff, and I like to hear how your all's week is and what it is that you all want me to talk about or maybe dive deeper into. And I love the feedback that I got this week. And basically, I'm going to be a little vulnerable and share tonight more about real life and, business, yes, but things that apply to your life, not just the business. Because the things that I had heard from more than just 2 or 3 people, I'm sure each one of us are struggling with this because it's reality, because it's real life. And, I titled this Control the Controllable, because we have things in our lives always going on most of the time. We have, there's something we could be stressed out about, right? There are things happening that can distract us, that can get in our way, that can get us in our head, whatever that may be. You know your life and you know the situations that you have to go through it. And this business, you guys, has not only helped me grow a business, it's helped me become a better individual, a better human being. And how has it made me do that? Because of self-development. And I want to dive a little bit into that topic and tell you guys that self-development is not just a podcast. It's not just reading a book. Self-development is identifying with a problem in an area in your life, not just your business, but your life that you have to work through. And it can be business related. It can be mom life. It could be whatever, you guys. When I tell you this business has helped me, it's helped me in relationships. It's helped me with my family. It's helped me become a better mother. It's helped me be all those things and a better person because I've dived into becoming better and with my self-development. So if you are struggling with things outside of the business, because I know some of us are, I want you all to remember that we are always improving. We are always growing. There's never that point where we just stop developing, and we do not have to be perfect. We will never be perfect, no matter how long or how hard we work on ourselves. And you have to give yourself grace. So I'm going to give you guys an example, like moving my body. Okay. I used to exercise a lot last year. The Ultimate Thriver competition was awesome. I loved working out at home. COVID hit and I really got involved with it. I slacked off on that. I'm just going to give you guys a personal example. This has nothing to do with the business, but I wasn't moving my body near at all. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't doing the things that I was consistent with. I fell off of that wagon, right? So I wasn't being consistent. It's easy to point out the things that are negative. It's easy to talk about things that aren't going right. And I can find so many reasons why I'm not working out, right? I didn't find the time. I can make these excuses. But we have to flip that script and say, okay, I take good vitamins, right? I do drink my water, right? I am doing my best. We are all just trying to do our best, you guys. And I can give you so many scenarios in my life that doesn't even relate to Thrive that I have had to use my self-development with and identify with what that problem is so that I can be a better individual, be a better human being, okay? And any training topic in the team page can apply to any area of your life. And you have to get the grace part is so important, because when you realize that this is a never ending and you're constantly evolving, it kind of gives you that clarity of, okay, I'm on the right track, because I'm not just going to arrive. I'm not just going to get to that point. I just need to trust the process of becoming. And even if I don't move my body for the day, even if I might scream at Lincoln or get in an argument with a family member, whatever. Guys, that is life, right? We have so many demons and we have so many things that we go through as women and mothers. And we have to realize that you are becoming the best version of yourself, no matter what season you're in. And you have to point out those positive things, right? Okay, I said yes to a business that I am dedicated to. I am drinking my water. I am the small things that you're doing in your life that are positive. You have to have that be so loud and speak truth over those negative things. There will not be anyone come knocking on your door saying like, hey, that's a negative mindset. You can't say those things. Hey, flip the script. Did you do this today? You have to be your runner. You have to be the one that tells yourself that this is the season I'm in for a reason. And if things aren't going how I think that they should, or the way that I think that they need to go, I'm still okay because I'm getting better, right? It's that giving yourself grace and flipping the script. So you guys identify with an area that you are struggling in: business, mom life, family, relationships, faith. Guys, I'm telling you, when I say this business changed my life, I just don't mean that financially. And I want you guys to get this tonight and realize your finances are just a incentive in this business. You are going to become and just bloom into the woman that you're made to be. Every role that you play in your life, you're going to be your best self because of the work you're putting into your self-development. You cannot work this business and be successful without it. You have to do that self-development check and be accountable in what it is you need to work on so you can get better. We may not have the best days, guys. Our business may not be the greatest at all times. There's plateaus, right? There will be low months and there will be high months. But what about the becoming process, that self-development check? So point out to yourself that you are always growing and that you will never have it figured out, because that's just going to make sure that you know you're on the right track. And the self-development, guys, when I came into this business, I'm not the same person. So you have to look forward to the woman you're going to become, right? What does she do? Manifest that, speak that out into existence, write it down. What does she do in her daily routine, right? What does her morning routine look like? How does she handle hard situations? How does she handle when an auto ship runs and it wasn't supposed to, and now they can't get, and now like something happens, right? How does that woman handle it, right? You have to know that we are here to help other people feel better. We're here to grow. We're here to do more than just the surface level, because I don't want you guys to think that it's always going to be easy or it's always going to be wonderful. I want to give you all the raw truth and just an example of not moving my body, pointing out all those negative things. I always am the first to preach, give yourself grace. I say that to my girls all the time, that y'all know that. I say that all the time. So if I'm going to be saying that, I have to do that for myself, right? So I have the last couple of weeks, I've had to call myself out in my head or even out, speak it into the world like I'm talking to myself. And I will say, give yourself grace. Like, no, you didn't move your body, but you're doing this, this, and this, right? That's going to flip that script and speak truth over the things that's most important in your life, because you started this business for a reason, right? And if you don't understand if you're not looking at the areas that you need to grow in and looking at, okay, I'm not going to have it all figured out, but I'm going to learn, right? I'm going to try the self-development thing. I'm going to see what I need to grow. I need to see what areas I'm struggling in and work on them. You have to have that open mindset. So it has taken me so long to get to this point. And I look forward, guys, to this time next year, because I know I'm not going to be the same Olivia. You guys are not going to be the same person this time next year, because you're going to grow. You're going to be so different. You're going to show up different. And you have to know the things that you're doing today is going to pay you then, right? So that helps me so much. And you, like I said, just be sure that you know that you're not perfect and you're never going to be perfect, and not just do the surface level podcast stuff. Because if we listen to a podcast, yes, that's great and wonderful, but who How is that making you a better individual? What are you doing on a daily basis to make you a better individual? Are you stepping out of that comfort zone? Are you doing the things that aren't comfortable, like lives or getting on a phone call with the potential? That was uncomfortable for me this last week, and I did it, and it worked. I mean, I had no choice because I wanted to talk about business, and I was actually on the phone. It wasn't just behind a screen, right? And it was a little uncomfortable, but I walked through it, and it made me grow. So you have to look forward to the things that you are doing to grow, and know that you're going to get there. So what are the in your relationships, guys, what do you see that's affecting you, right? Or do you think that you know need to have the perfect image and have the perfect relationships and the perfect life and all these things, guys, at surface level? You have to dive deeper. You have to dive deeper into becoming, and the topics and the things that you have to work on. So you will become so bulletproof, you guys, and you're going to be that woman that when someone says this is a pyramid scheme, you're going to walk away. You're not even going to have time for it, because you're going to be so rooted and grounded in who you are, in the relationships that you built here, and the person you've become, because you put in the work, guys. So not just a podcast, not just reading a book, but doing the things that are scary, doing the pen to paper of brain dumping, what you're feeling and what you're saying to yourself. Think about your thoughts. Be aware of how you speak to yourself, right? Yes, you cannot. And if you think that a podcast is personal development, I'm going to need you to reevaluate, or a book, or reevaluate, because everyone all does. Yes, we all have different forms. And for some people, it's going for a walk. And you have to know your rhythm. You have to know what brings you fulfillment, but also know that you got to be vulnerable and you got to be uncomfortable when you're working through those things you have to grow in. Guys, there was a great analogy Bob Helig did on a podcast, and I love Bob Helig, your virtual upline. He's amazing. And he was talking about how he was on a call with one of his coaches, and he said that she was talking about growing, and when she would look at the things and identify with what she needed to work on, she would find these weeds. She called them weeds, right? What do you do with weeds? You pull them. So you pull all this, you deep root, you root it up, you pull these weeds out, you get all this, all the negativity out, and you're really working on yourself. But what's there? It's a hole. It's a hole, right? So you're pulling out all these negative things, and you're trying to do personal development, you're trying to grow, but there's nothing there, right? So she talked about filling it and watering it with positive things, and like relearning and reliving her life in a brighter aspect, if that makes sense. And she had to put new things down in those holes and plant those seeds in her soul, basically, to help her get more aware of who she is. Because if we're pulling out all this stuff and we're getting better, we have to know exactly, like, we want to know like who we are, right? And it's always a self-discovery journey. Em taught me this. You're never going to know yourself fully, and you're never going to reach your full potential. But you want to know, like, when you pull that negative stuff out, what are you filling it with? Are you filling it with I ams, affirmations? Are you filling it with your faith, with opening your Bible, with hopping on a Zoom and being with the community of women that know that they want you to succeed, right? Are you leaving those holes? Are you leaving them empty? Are you leaving it with just the negative things? Are you getting the negative things out, but you're not really working on you? You're not really planting those seeds in your soul that you need to flourish, that you need to grow, right? So it's like I said, it's so easy, guys, to look at the negative and say, oh, well, this didn't happen for me, this happened for her, and compare and do all of those things. But what about you? What about the freaking growth process, the things that we have to grow through, not just being a businesswoman, but a mom? Guys, this business has helped me be more patient with Lincoln. These products give me life every morning, and I know that I'm not always going to be perfect every day, and neither are we. And you have to be the one to say, okay, these are negative this is negative self-talk. I'm going to replace this with positive things, with things that fulfill me, with things that set my fire so that I can be of service to other people. Because guys, if we want to operate out of surface level things, you won't have a lasting business. If you want your business to grow and be residual and to have longevity and to always be here, you have to be so rooted in getting better and healing and processing through things that you may not feel comfortable with. And if you have to go as far back to childhood, guys, I've heard, some leaders even speak on that. That may be what we have to do, guys. I have things I'm still struggling with that I have to work through that are childhood related. And you're never going to have it figured out, but you need to work on it, but you need to get through it, but you need to see and write it down if you need to, or speak with someone about it. Get an accountability partner and say, hey, this is what's going on. Can I get your feedback? Does that make sense? I hope this is making sense, y'all. I always say, does that make sense? But, the trainings there are always so helpful. That's what's helped me, guys, even in my recovery, even with being a mom, the trainings in the community, it's helped me because I take what I want from trainings and I leave the rest. If something that's said on a training that doesn't vibe with you, or that's just goes in one ear out the other, leave it and take what you need and use it, not just in your business, but in all areas. And, I know that when the self-development that I do and the things I hear on a daily basis, I can apply it to my everyday life. Guys, people need self-development if they're with Thrive or not. I'm just going to say it. Like we all need to get better and heal so that we can make this world a better place, right? Because I was a walking resentment, you guys, for a very long time. And even after getting clean, I've done the steps, I've done those things, but I have had to really look inside me as a person and say, okay, who am I? What brings me joy? What do I need to work on? What are my fives? And switch it up, guys. If you need to upgrade that fives list, do it. My fives list changes all the time. It's not always going to be the same because you're going to change. You're going to grow and get better. And so your fives is so important, but also like the fives isn't Lavelle. Your fives is, yes, Lavelle is your life. It's a part of you. But what about that vulnerability? What about being open with things that you're afraid to open up about? Is that something you want to, is that something that you need to talk about this week? Something that you've just been holding back that you're just not ready to share? If you're not ready, you're not ready. We all have a private life, guys. I do not want y'all to get up on there and say all your stuff and air your dirty laundry. No, that's not what we ever preach. But is there a season you went through that you would want that you would want to share with your audience that maybe isn't business related? That maybe that someone just needs to hear and then say, hey, you're an inspiration. I needed that today. Hey, I'm going through the same exact thing. That's what I needed to hear. I like to show people on my social media that this business doesn't just make my problems go away. Right? I like to be real about that. And I like to say, like, I want you to know this can just make a difference. This can bring you financial freedom, but it can also make you a freaking badass woman, right? It can make you that fierce, that woman with a backbone, standing on her own 2 feet with her shoulders back, confident in who she is. That's who you want to link arms with, is those women who want to grow, the women who are eager to get better, to get through hard seasons, because that's what our community is basically for, guys, to get through hard seasons. Yes, to teach us all the things about social media and to grow. But our community, when we get on these Zooms, it's not just to learn all about social media and run a business. It's to grow. It's to get better. So when you bring newbies in and new promoters, you want them to look forward to this. You want to talk about that. You want them to know, like, you're going to be a whole new woman. You're not going to walk around with a chip on your shoulder anymore. You're going to be a whole new light. And that's what I talk about, at least. And, just know that this can take your mindset to a whole new level, you guys, because we are always going to grow in that mindset area. And know that the struggle is, there's pain in the struggle, and there's pain in being there's power in being vulnerable, right? There's so much power in that. And if you can just be bold and realize, okay, this doesn't feel right, and it's a little uncomfortable, but I can't do surface level anymore. I'm here to dig deep with my audience. I'm here to dig deep in what I need to work on. I'm here to dig deep with my team members, right? Because that surface level, I'm telling you, you'll walk away in 6 months. I'm just going to say it. I've seen people, I've seen it, guys. I've seen it, because people are so scared. You can't be scared to work on your heart, to get better at conversations, to get better at being a mom, to get better at everything in your life. You can't be afraid of that. You have to be like, let's go. Like, I want to be that woman. I want to know, I want to do these things and look forward to it, and say, like, it's not easy, but worth it. So we're never reaching our full potential, you guys. We will always be growing, and, just flip the script. I want you guys to do that. So this week, going into your business, know that it's not just Thrive. It's not just products. It's not just business. Stay out of your cloud office. I know it's tempting, but your heart, guys, work on that heart level, right? Work on being a leader, because we want to develop leaders, not recruiters. That's my mantra for the rest of this year. I'm telling you, I love that, because yes, anyone can recruit, right? Anyone can sign and build a team, right? But what makes you and your heart and your beliefs and your values so different? And are you growing with them? Are you getting better at pausing, at just sitting still, at remembering why you're here, right? Be that powerhouse of a leader. Yes. Yes, I love that. Think what I'm going to think if I don't do what I can. I love that. See, when you kind of let go of things that you can't control with other people's opinions and other people's comments and beliefs and limited beliefs, the things that are holding, guys, when someone throws shade on your dream, it is showing their insecurities, and it's showing their fears. It's a reflection of them onto you, is what that is. I want to tell you that right now. If someone is dimming your light, it's because they're afraid of you. They're intimidated, and they didn't get to chase their dreams. They didn't have this opportunity. They don't have this opportunity, but you do, right? So they see it as a threat. I'm just going to be straight up. That's their limited belief. So I pray for those people, and I let go. That my family really didn't support me in the beginning, and that's for another Zoom. But you want to be that rock star of a leader, not a recruiter. We don't want to just recruit and bring people in, because that's the thing. I have conversations with people, guys, and I want to tell you, I don't want them to come in just on a pack. I want them to come in with a heart, with their heart, with their vision, with something with them on fire. I want them on fire in my inbox before they're even a promoter. Like, I want to get them excited. I want to tell them about how I've my journey here, and where they can go, and what can happen for them, and identify with their problems and help them see that this is a solution for me. This has been a solution for me, because I've not only just grown as a businesswoman, I've grown as a human being, right? So you're always going to be that wonderful, you're not always going to be that wonderful businesswoman, but you want to grow, right? Grow into that businesswoman, grow into that friend, grow into that mom, grow into that wife, grow into that child of God, grow into that person, not just a businesswoman, but all of those other things that we struggle with, you guys. And give yourself grace, because that was really hard for me for a very long time. I'm the biggest critic to myself, and we were the first to call ourselves out before anyone else. I'm very hard on myself. You have to know grace, and you have to know that it needs to be applied when you are negative in your thoughts, and you have to be the one to say, okay, I'm done with this negative talk. Give myself grace. I've done this and I've done this, and speak that truth out. Does that make sense, guys? So I love you guys, and I'm going to stop recording. Does anybody have any questions, or are we good? Are y'all good? I don't. Oh, was I not recording? Oh, yeah.